Okay, this way for you. Thank you. Perfect.
Одна из мотиваций для нашей картины было то, что
The motivation for our film
были замечательные люди. Не Бродский,
was there were these fantastic people. Brodsky and Dovlatov were not dissidents. They just wanted to do their work, and they were thrown out of the country. But today, we have statues for them. There are lots of monuments to both of them. So why were they thrown out of the country if they only apologized later? But Russia is no longer the Soviet Union. And I can remember how my father used to hide copies of his films so they wouldn't, under the bed, so they wouldn't get destroyed. I admire that period. I admire those people. I admire them because they would not be bent. They would not be distorted. They walked tall. I'm a different kind of person. I think I would have been scared. Our film isn't banned. No way. We had all the freedom we needed to make that film. We had no censorship. That is the truth. And I think there are ideas about Russia that somehow it's like a second North Korea. No, it isn't. Our film talks about what could happen. We say this is inadmissible, to destroy talent, to destroy lives. It's inadmissible, unacceptable not to allow an artist to be an artist, because there are many tragic examples of this kind of thing. Dovlatov, Brodsky are just a couple. It's always difficult to remain faithful to yourself, everywhere, because money is a form of censorship. Just imagine how difficult it was for the producers to come up with the money for a film about a writer. Not a superhero, not an athletic event, not a war. We were lucky because we have some fantastic producers. Without them, we would not have made this film. But participating in the Berlinale also helped us a great deal to make this film, because 3 years ago we showed our film Under Electric Clouds, and we understood the fact that we were here and that our film was shown here. Some people understood it, some people didn't understand it, but the fact that it was screened here gave us this ability to fulfill our wish. If we'd not been in Berlin at the time, we would not have shot this film now. This is a very sensitive theme. The theme of freedom, love, opportunities or lack of opportunities, desires, unfulfilled desires, and this struggle within oneself and the attempt to observe ethics and reconcile that with your very difficult reality. Of course, it was a huge challenge on very different levels. You know that yourself. I don't have to explain that. First of all, you have to get used to the role. You have to immerse yourself in the Russian soul and the north. You know, Serbia's not in the north, it's a rather different country. So I would like to thank everybody who had a lot of understanding and bore with me and did all they could to make my stay in Russia easier for me and more pleasant. And a second big challenge was, of course, the Russian language, because I didn't speak Russian before I started, not a single word of it. The challenge I had was to understand the times. It's one thing if we read about the 1970s in books or see it in films or talk to people about it, that's one thing. But if you are the one who has to explain that time to other people and do that as authentically as possible, and
Если говорить о сложности,
really
наверное, это. А в остальном
slough your modern skin